Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening on the 300th live show on Box Nation, the channel of champions. This is the final eliminator for the IBF Super Featherweight Championship. Please welcome into the ring from California, USA, Andrey Klimov.
34-year-old Andrey Klimov, tonight in his 22nd professional fight. He's been a pro since 2009. And Liam Walsh says, yes, he is world-class. Lost to Jose Pedraza last year for the vacant IBF title. Hasn't boxed since, that was June last year. But he'll be up for this one, make no doubt about it. And he's an awkward sort of fight. He's got an awkward style, tricky guy.
Please welcome into the ring the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Champion from Cromer, England, Liam Walsh.
The Farmy Army are here. All down from Cromer. It's Walsh country. Trainer Graham Everett's following him into the ring. And Liam has been involved in some tremendously entertaining fights that we've enjoyed here on Box Nation. We've talked him up and said, yeah, at his best, he really does look world-class. Well, tonight's the night. He's going to have to show it, Barry.
Well, this is the fight that he's been asking for a long time. And for me, this has been a long time coming, this step up. Though he's had a lot of injuries, had a lot of bad luck, but this is his night to prove it. If he's on form, John, I think you might see something a little bit special off Liam Walsh tonight.
He was close to a fight against Ricky Burns 4 years ago. Didn't happen because he had a car smash. Incidentally, well done, Ricky, last night. What a good performance that was. But Liam Walsh, this is his moment now, possibly to move closer to a genuine world title shot. This is a final eliminator, but he's in against a really tough guy here. And interesting to see that he's got Buddy McGirt in his corner, Andrey Klimov.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Warren, for Queensbury Promotions, sponsored by Raynham Steel and Coal, proudly presents 12 3-minute rounds for the final eliminator for the IBF Super Featherweight Championship here at the Harrow Leisure Centre in Middlesex. Your officials were appointed by the International Boxing Federation, and your 3 scoring judges at ringside are Mr. Dave Paris of the UK, Mr. Francis Jackson Thomas of the Virgin Islands, and Mr. Herbert Werner of the USA. Your steward in charge is Mr. Des Rees of the UK. Your IBF supervisor is Mr. Lindsay Tucker of the USA. Your timekeeper at the bell is Bob Edgeworth. And when the action begins, your referee in charge is Mr. Phil Edwards of the UK. And now, to introduce the contestants. Firstly, fighting out of the red corner, stands a man with a record of 19 wins, 2 losses with 9 KOs to his name. At yesterday's weigh-in, he scaled 9 stone, 3 pounds, and tonight, he wears the blue and red shorts. Please welcome, from California, USA, Andrey Klimov! And across the ring in the blue corner stands a man whose unbeaten record reads 20 wins with 14 KOs to his name. At yesterday's weigh-in, he scaled 9 stone, 3 pounds. And tonight, he wears the white and red shorts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, from Cromer, England, Liam Walsh! now give his final instructions to both boxers.
Gentlemen, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect. Follow my instructions. When I say break, break cleanly and take a step back. Watch the heads in close, and remember, defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 3-minute rounds for the final eliminator for the IBF Super Featherweight Championship.
So is it to be the moment for Liam Walsh? Got thunderous reception from his supporters. Andrey Klimov, he's so tough. Beaten by southpaws, Terence Crawford in 2013. Jose Pedraza last year for the vacant IBF title. Pedraza still holds the crown. Winner of this will be going on to fight him. And you can see Liam Walsh, who's a natural switch hitter. He's starting out of that southpaw stance, trying to bamboozle Klimov from the early stages.
Well, Klimov got a good jab, so I think being in the southpaw stance for Liam Walsh is a good idea. If he can take away that jab, it's hard to establish a jab with the southpaw. Makes it an easier night for Walsh, it really does. Klimov's tall, awkward and rangy.
Pedraza, actually, he's a switch hitter, isn't he? Like Walsh, but he did fight southpaw against this fella.
Good jab there from Walsh.
Been training as ever with his true brothers. Big occasion for Ryan next week, going for the European title. Michael, who's the big brother and so often the spokesman for the group.
Got to be careful with that lean back though, there, Liam Walsh. When he throws the punch, leans back like that. He's got good reactions, but Klimov's got really long reach.
Walsh said of Klimov, he doesn't do anything to make you step back and go, wow, but he does everything well. Whether it'll be well enough to beat Walsh remains to be seen. Little chopping right hand there, I think, found the target.
That's good from Walsh, but again with that lean back, you know, he made him miss, but you've got to be careful. Little step to the side, little spin off the front foot.
Good hand speed, Barry. He has been caught before, hasn't he? He was down against Appleby in that. Oh, what a fight that was.
Something special.
I know it's sort of talk about that one repetitively, but that was the very first night of Box Nation. Liam Walsh and Paul Appleby, and what a fight it was.
Just a little sharp little right hook there from Walsh. Just got to keep that foot on the outside.
Klimov just struggling a little bit to find the target in this opening round. Quiet opener so far.
I think that's good for Walsh. Walsh wanted to frustrate him. If you can't use the jab, you'll overcommit with the right hand, lean forward, then you can let your punches go.
Too much hurtful landed in the opening stanza here, but it's been a nice opener for Walsh.
Yeah, he's looked a little bit sharper, hasn't he, of the two? Not by much. But he looks very focused, Liam Walsh. He's going to need to be as well, as the fight wears on as well, where Klimov starts taking a few more chances.
You heard Steve Lillis mentioning his two best fights against David Ebenesian. Carl Greaves fighter who beat Shane Mosley, and John Molina Jr. Senior wasn't bad, was he? Good opener that for Liam Walsh. I think it's one in the bag.
Yeah, I think Liam Walsh, when that looked the sharp of the two, good confidence, looks very focused and looks on point.
Graham Everett and Michael, his brother, in that corner.
Shoot the right hand right there, okay? Very good. But hey, keep the head moving. Forward, behind the jab. Very good. Very good, baby.
Buddy McGirt, been around the sport forever. Good fighter himself once upon a time as well. Very good.
He was very cute, wasn't he? Very slick. He's one of those fighters who's just around great fighters of his time. That's why he wasn't more prominent.
Based in Los Angeles now, Klimov. Born in Russia. Had his first 10 fights or so as well in Russia, before basing himself in California. Right hand's the key. He's going to have to find a way of getting to Walsh, and he's not done so far.
Well, for a tall fighter, especially, and he is really tall for the weight, isn't he, Klimov? And he's got really long arms. The jab's always the weapon for him. It's always the key for him. And it's hard to establish that with a southpaw, and that's why he does struggle with southpaw. So
stands nearly 5'10". That's so freakishly tall for a man of 9 stone 3. Plus a few pounds, which he'll have put on, no doubt, since the weigh-in. Liam Walsh, we know, has always been a bit tight at this weight. There's been talk of him going up to lightweight, talk about a fight against Terry Flanagan, but for the meantime, here he is at super feather in what on paper will be the toughest fight of his career.
Oh, without doubt. This is where Klimov's got to throw that right hand. When Liam Walsh switches to orthodox like he is now, this is where you got to get that right hand over the top of the jab of Liam Walsh. He won't take too many chances, see, Klimov. That's why people tend to underestimate him, because he's very boxing by numbers. If he don't land with the jab, he won't throw the right hand. That means he's not in the right distance.
He's been out of the ring for more than a year, since June last year. Might count against him.
Yeah, it could do. There's a little bit of sharpness that you only can get from competitive action. Good right hand.
It's nice from Walsh. Opened it up with a snapping left-hand lead and then brought the right cross across. Good jabs as well. Looks as though he's got the edge in hand speed, doesn't he?
Yeah, and timing, and distance at the moment, everything. And as yet, Klimov's just pushing his punches out, and they're relatively easy for Walsh to counter.
Walsh is managing to make him look a little bit pedestrian at this point. Long way to go. Oh, good work.
Still cagey. Rightly so, no one's overcommitted with anything yet.
That's another Walsh round, isn't it?
You take them every day, really, these early rounds. Nothing's happening, just keep nicking the round, put them in the bank.
Decent work here from Liam. This right hand followed by the left. No great power in them, but they're on target.
No, and it's because, for me, Klimov just pushing his punches out, and Liam finding it, I think, relatively comfortable so far in there. Just being able to counter things. He has the faster hand speed, the better vision at the moment in the ring.
Take risk with that right hand too early. You know, you reach him with it a little bit. Take your time with that. And do the business with that front hand. Jab his head off. Be patient. Go fire.
Get in there with the jab.
Klimov hasn't really got into the fight yet. He surrendered the first 2 rounds, almost certainly.
And that's good, because for a guy who doesn't take too many risks, as that's what the sort of fighter Klimov is, you start nicking the rounds with him and it gets sort of like 4 or 5 rounds, he'll start to take risks he's not used to taking, then really leave himself exposed. And I guess that's what Walsh will be hoping for. Klimov's got a step behind with the jab for me.
They've gone over 2 rounds without the Russian, or should we call him the American, Californian, without him really landing a meaningful shot.
No, and he's not really willing to let that right hand go. Again, because he's a safety-first fighter, he wants to be in the perfect position to throw the punch. It's understandable, but it's not going to happen. You've got to take an educated risk.
Against Crawford, it was round after round of it slipping away with him looking precisely for that sort of shot, and it just never came.
That's right.
Must have thrown, well, significantly less than 100 scoring shots in the whole fight. Might have got through just about with that left-hand lead then, Klimov. No great power in it, not throwing it with any sort of authority. Walsh up on his toes, staying lively and bringing that right hand across.
It's not just the hand speed that Walsh has the upper hand, there's also the speed of foot. Just quicker, just to skip out the range and come back quick. Come on, a little bit more heels to the floor.
Very good balance always, hasn't he, Liam Walsh? And an improved fighter. Remember those two fights against Joe Murray? First time it was points, and then when they fought again, kind of stepped up a level, didn't he? Really, what was it, 5 rounds? Nice shot, good right hand.
Lovely body movement there from Walsh. He's got so much control right now. You can see everything coming back from Klimov, which is not much. And I think he's enjoying himself.
He's certainly out jabbing him. He's just starting to find the range with the right hand as well. Klimov frustrated as he makes his way back to his corner.
It's a great start for Walsh with minimum of effort because Klimov is not committing himself, and I think for Walsh, I bet you we can't believe his luck.
That was the best punch of the round, that right hand from Walsh.
And he doesn't need to overcommit Walsh. Klimov is just doing everything for him. All he needs to do is keep doing what he's doing, let Klimov make the mistakes. If he keeps going like this, Klimov is going to have to really take a risk, and when he does that, that's going to suit Walsh even more.
3 rounds up.
Dictate with that jab, yeah? Just dictate with that jab. Yeah, dominate them and stay dominating.
Okay, you only get a hit when you pull it out. Don't pull out. Let's go, baby. Hey, give me more jab now. Very good. Let's go.
Buddy McGirt rightly trying to instill a little bit more urgency into his man's work.
Might have worked, you know, he's come out a little bit more sprightly on the feet.
Well, he's got to start throwing punches or this fight's going to be lost before it goes too far into the second half.
You've got to commit with the jab, you've got to push, you've got to step behind it, you've got to make it a solid shot.
Now he's kind of feigning to throw it, isn't he, rather than... Maybe it's the mobility of Walsh. Perhaps I'm not giving sufficient credit to Liam Walsh. He's getting out of range. Clipped there when he came in.
Left took. But that's what Buddy McGirt's telling him. He's saying punch to the chest. So when Walsh is all moving laterally, you hit him in the chest, you stop him in his track. Just enough then, hopefully, to get that right hand into play. He's looking for the head, and you know that's the quickest part of the body that moves. Is you punch him where it was last, chasing shadows. Good.
Klimov missing with those 2 attempted left-hand leads and only a glancing blow with the right over the top. Beaten to the punch again there.
And this, is, I think Walsh is winning quite comfortable, and he's not even committing himself. And I think that's clever because he's not going to exert himself and take any risks as yet. But he's winning quite comfortable. He's winning the battle of the jabs. He's winning the boxing match.
And it's not remotely a close contest so far. And he's doing it without... It's a safety-first sort of approach, but it's working. The even... Look at that for reactions as he leaned back and got out of the way of that attempted left-hand counter.
Body shot as well there from Walsh.
Walsh was round about even money to win this one on points. saying that you thought he might be able to stop him, but I think kind of the weight of opinion was that it was always going to go long, although he does have that edge of speed, and maybe the further that goes, the more he's going to unravel Klimov.
I just think stylistically, I think he got the style to. He likes to stand in the pocket.
Clip by left hook there.
No, it's nice little right hand there from Klimov, and a jab.
And a good jab. That's more like it from Klimov.
See, once he starts getting a bit of success with the jab, all Walsh's got to do is go back to the southpaw stance and take the jab away. Another round though for Walsh.
I was going to say, I don't think Klimov did better, but he didn't do well enough to take the round.
No, nowhere near. And I think for me, it's okay not losing the early rounds when you're making the other guy work hard for it, and he's not. He's the one having to work harder than Walsh right now. For me, Liam Walsh is not out of second gear yet.
That balance, keeping him out, keeping him away from trouble.
Every time he turns straight right or left hook, he's got to be low or tight.
This is the Walsh corner.
Yeah, you need to keep that back and just tighten, man. You know what we're looking at here.
When you turn over on the sides, he's catching the sides, yeah?
Forgot about that, didn't we?
They've got problems on the other side of the ring. Klimov, assuming the judges see it similarly to the way that we've read it. We've got it, Liam Walsh, 4 rounds in front as we move into the 5th. Despite the opening round when he fought as a southpaw, the bulk of the fight, Liam Walsh has chosen to go through from an orthodox position, which didn't expect. Oh, good shot, nice right hand. Took one back though.
Took one back with the quality, the difference in quality compared to Walsh's. The right idea there for Klimov, punch it to the chest. Just didn't commit with the right hand. He's too safety first, I think that's his problem. So he, even when he can take that little bit of risk, he won't. Lovely left hook though there.
That's better from Klimov. At last, starting to let his punches go with a little bit more authority. That's better again.
And when you're not a puncher, which Klimov isn't, and you start to get outboxed, it's a frustrating time, it really is, because all you can do is box, and if you haven't got no power to call upon, what do you do to change the pattern of the fight? You have to do something you never used to do before, and that's bite your gum shield and have a war.
If it comes down to toe-to-toe trading, does Klimov have the power to match Liam Walsh? Not sure.
Well, you wouldn't think so, would you?
It's a lovely jab. Gone back to southpaw stance that served him well in that opener.
Good straight left to the body as well there from Liam Walsh.
Constant commentary keeps going from the Walsh corner from his brother Michael. He's a bit of a motor mouth, isn't he, at the best of times? He certainly is during a fight.
But it works for the whole family, doesn't it? You know, they all
good shot.
They push each other on.
Absolutely, and they are very close, aren't they, the 3 brothers? Very close indeed. Twins, of course. Yeah. Liam and Ryan. Michael, very much from the same cloth. Peas from a pod.
Good left hook there from Liam Walsh. Off landed with a little body shot, but the left hook was a better punch from Walsh.
Nice left hand from Walsh to finish that little exchange, which he got the better of. Body shot from Klimov was on the boundary.
Yeah, and he landed with a nice left hook earlier on as well, did Klimov. But not enough. Not enough to win the round. So another Walsh wrong, and that's, listen, it's a world title eliminate, and you're 5-0 up. You'd be more than happy with that.
Well, if he sticks to this pattern, looks as though there's only one winner.
One more big Klimov's got over. He's got to commit though, Klimov. He really has. He's got to try and push Walsh back.
usually for devotees of ring card girls going round in a clockwise direction. Usually go the other way, don't they?
Absolutely disgraceful.
It's a shutout. It's a cat-and-mouse game. If I hit a dog, it did it perfectly. Excuse game for 12 rounds, really. That's the nice thing.
You just stood, you didn't move your feet. You must keep moving them
And you're
feet.
still pissing
Not
around.
much.
You're still pissing around, but don't give him nothing to
Liam,
feed off.
don't get giddy, don't get greedy. We've got more time.
What does Klimov do to turn this round? Is he going to have to get to the point where he's going to have to gamble and go for it and try and turn it into a brawl?
He is, but he's not going to do that. But what he needs to do, he needs to get some weight behind that jab. And listen, on one good right hand, you know, if he can dent a little bit of confidence in Liam Walsh and involve him in a little bit of a slinging match, if you like, he might have a bit of a chance. But I don't even see that at the moment. I struggle a lot how he wins. And I hope that's not a curse for Liam Walsh.
Fight which potentially gets Walsh right into the world title shake-up. IBF champion Jose Pedraza, Puerto Rican, isn't he? And then as well we've got Francisco Vargas, WBC champion. The outstanding figure, of course, the WBO champion Vasyl Lomachenko.
It's not talking about him.
Don't think Liam's going to go looking for him. We've got Lomachenko in action on Box Nation before too long as well.
November 26th. He's Nicholas Walters, a fight that was meant to take place last year, I think, but
Nicholas Walters stepping up a division, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, great fight, that one. And a tough one to call. I think Lomachenko's going to be the favourite, but Walters is a handful.
And what a time if Liam Walsh can get a world title win. Can win this and get on to win a world title. What a time to win one in an exciting division. Francisco Vargas I think he's going to rematch with Moura. They had a fight of the year last year.
Francisco Vargas, the WBC champion.
Oh, lovely upper body movement again there from Walsh. But Klimov a little bit more committed again in this round.
Needs to be. Maybe having his best round so far, Andrey Klimov. Still finding Walsh a very, very elusive target. Bit of a chess match, isn't it?
It is, but you can't blame Liam Walsh for doing good right hand there from Walsh. Klimov's got to make Walsh work harder, that's for sure. Because he's boxing within himself. He's dictating the pace. That's always the fresher when you're doing that. And for me, Klimov having to push out. Either he's the one who's standing to look the tighter of the two.
Walsh showing himself defensively cute there. Although he appeared to be under attack, very little from Klimov was getting through. A couple of jabs do there. Russian managing to double up with the left hand. And again.
Now a nice little right uppercut there, Klimov, but there's nothing on the shot. Yeah, that's a good left hook from him.
He's having his best round so far here, Barry.
Yeah, not enough for me though, John.
Well, if you're going to give it up... Oh! Right on the bell, down he goes. Oh. Right on the bell. Now, had Klimov dropped his gloves, he shakes his hands and he says, yeah, I'm okay. When did he drop his gloves and when did the punch land? It's a right on the bell. Good right hand, though.
Yeah, I think it was a good shot. I think it was a legal blow. I don't think nothing wrong with that.
Well, he hadn't dropped his hands, to be fair.
Yeah,
actually,
good technique, good technique. Good shot there from Walsh. Fantastic. Klimov was okay, he wasn't seriously hurt, but a good, just great. Right on top of the head.
Just above the ear somewhere, yeah. Wasn't it? Good shot.
Hey, don't go for that. Okay? Tommy's got to keep backing this guy up. He can't let him come forward.
He was having his best round before then, probably not doing enough to win it.
No, but he was having a bit of success, yeah.
Turned the right hand beautifully to put Klimov down. It was not a debilitating shot to actually end, in any sense, end the challenge of Klimov, but it showed just how sharp Walsh is here.
So what to do, Shaka, what he's done is he's lifted the elbow up, so he's chopped down on a punch, which gives it a different dynamic altogether. there's a little bit of snap into the shot. It's like those punches you don't see then, rather than as Steve was saying to me just then, punching right through the target. It was a short shot, but he left the elbow to get the chopping down effect.
Right Klimov.
So John Klimov really got to chase the fight now.
Well, he's 7 points down on our card. Into the second half of the fight. First 6 rounds, all for Liam Walsh, the way we're seeing it.
Oh, brilliant. It's just brilliant stuff.
He's looking just too good for him, isn't he?
You've got to remember, this is a world title eliminator, and Klimov, even though he doesn't look exceptional, he doesn't, and he certainly doesn't right now, he's been in with quality operators. He's beat some really good fighters. And for me, Walsh, you know, taking a few shots here, Walsh wanted to be fair, but Walsh has been the boss so far, so much the boss.
Two body shots, right on the border. Shorts of Klimov are pulled up pretty high.
He's been the busier of the two, though, here, Klimov, in this round so far.
Way to go yet. Needs to be busy, doesn't he? He's got to pick up some rounds. And he's got to start trying to hurt Walsh as well.
Just found a hole there for the left hook there, Walsh. There's that sharp right hand again.
He was looking for it, wasn't he?
Well, Klimov brings the jab back to the chest, so we're just seeing here now. So that's just a gift there for Liam Walsh. I'm not a lover of switching, but you just seen there with Walsh missed with the right hand, and the dude to be able to be a good switch hitter. He just stayed in a southpaw stance and was safe.
Done pretty well there with those 2 body shots. Couple of good left hands to the body from Walsh.
The confidence he has, John, to sit in the pocket.
He looks as though he's got the faster reactions and he looks the better strategist.
And he hasn't had the gears at all, right up to this point. Klimov has tried to push a little bit in this round, but as I keep saying, he's a safety first fighter, Klimov. He'll never put the foot to the pedal.
Walsh just being told to keep his punches up, a couple of them straight a wee bit low. That's the closest round of the fight so far.
I still don't think it was enough. I thought Klimov had the better start, but I think Walsh took it right off him.
There's some nice stuff when he switched southpaw. Here, I think we're going to see it now. Yeah, rolling in and hitting him with those body shots twice. Beautiful. Look at the reactions as he gets out of the way of the right-hand counter.
He's at that level now where Walsh, where everything looks like slow motion to him. So, you know, everything that Klimov throws, he sees it, and he sits in the pocket, and he sways side to side, leans back, and makes Klimov fall short with so much ease. It's easy for him so far.
The thing is, you hit him, then move your feet out of the way. Brilliant. That's job done.
You haven't lost the round, you haven't lost the second.
We'll go across to the other corner and see what Klimov is getting from his man, Buddy McGirt.
Water.
Not a lot in the last few seconds. Presumably the rallying cry had already been given.
He was telling from the offset was Buddy McGirt, you've got to throw that jab to the chest. You've got to stop a quick move, you've got to stop him, and he wasn't doing it.
I suppose you could just argue he's not been good enough to do it, and Walsh's mobility has been exceptional.
Well, you've been a successful fighter by playing it safe. And all of a sudden, you've got to tell your brain, has to tell you your whole life, your whole boxing life, to do one thing, and now you've got to tell yourself to do another thing. That's not a natural thing. Only great fighters can do that. Or mad fighters, or great mad fighters.
One or two of it have done it in reverse, haven't they? Brawlers who became boxers. Arturo Gatti.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, good shot, and a good return there from Klimov.
Oh, good work. And again, sweet right hand. Oh, he's caught with a right hand counter there, though. Walked into that one, Walsh.
That's the first mistake Walsh has made there. He squared his feet up to throw the left hook. And And what that was having success and getting a little bit carried away.
Well, it's a reminder that he can't get careless. And Klimov will draw a little bit of heart from that.
Good body shot there from Walsh.
Walsh was looking to dish it out, wasn't he? He put his foot down a little bit and was trying to plant himself to throw some power shots, and he got tagged.
And he landed with some good shots. You got to remember, Klimov's never been stopped. He's been some good fighters. He's a tough kid. You just take your time with him. You land with good shots. Just keep going about your business. Stick to that plan.
Well, the odds were always against Liam Walsh stopping his man here. Always the chance that this fight was going to go long. There's another right hand, though. That's the one that put him down, and he did a little dance there. The feet went momentarily.
And that's what he does, Klimov. He fights right back when he's hurt. Just keeps you off.
I think he felt that one.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Oh, that's good from Walsh.
It was a right hand over the top again.
He's boxing very, very well. He really is.
Left eye of Klimov is damaged now. Well, that'll be through absorbing that right hand.
That's what I was just going to say to that. Jab the head, jab the chest, then throw that right hand over the top.
Well, that's quality, high quality from Walsh. With the exception of that right hand, Klimov wasn't really hurt too badly by it, too much of it, but that one right hand really did make the feet go.
It did, and he's putting on a, no, I wouldn't say a clinic, it's like a carried away. He's so dominant. In a world title eliminator, he shouldn't be this dominant. But the 7th round was the only round that was remotely close, and everything's been just, everything's been Walsh for me. Good right hand.
Good sequence this was, wasn't it?
But that was Walsh making the mistake. That wasn't squaring his feet.
Here's the right hand. He lost his balance momentarily.
Yeah, with jelly leg there. Done well to recover. And what he does, Klimov, is he fires back in little bursts of punches when he's hurt. Just to the top of the head, that is just a little, scrambles your senses, just a little. I still think he's there to get the stoppage, John.
Well, we'll see. He goes into the 9th, and we've got Walsh winning by shutouts with that knockdown as well in the 6th round. A couple of them have been close, but I don't think Klimov has done enough to take a great deal, if anything.
I don't think they've been close. I think he's landed with a few good shots in some rounds, but I still think that it's been Walsh, except for that 7th round, which was a little bit close. I still think it's hard to argue that Walsh hasn't won everything.
Bit of a boxing masterclass. Oh, good work. Beautiful accuracy. Pinpoint jab and then the shot to the body.
We'll put it this way, good shot, well timed there with Klimov. Now, if this was a grueling hard fight for Walsh, then you would say, is he ready for Pedraza? You know, it's another step up, but it hasn't been so far. He hasn't been. He's been relatively comfortable, I feel. I still think he's yet to go through the gears, Liam Walsh.
This fellow went the distance with Pedraza.
Well, there's 2 losses, Pedraza and Crawford, who's possibly the future star of the world boxing. So, and Pedraza just a good win against Stephen Smith as well recently. So, you know, he's a good operator.
Training in Tenerife for this, Liam has, as well as Norwich way. Anywhere they'd put that world title fight on if it happened. Not been to the Norfolk Showground for a while.
I've never been. I'd love to go. And I can't believe we haven't gone with all these Walsh guys.
Couple of good fights with John Thaxton, who's in the corner tonight, incidentally. Jonathan Thaxton. He was there a few years ago. Tyson Fury fought there.
Yeah. He's had a bit more success in this
good shots. Lovely work from Walsh. right on the target of that damaged left eye.
I thought the key ingredient for this, for a win for Walsh here, was that southpaw stance, but he's boxed most of the rounds, orthodox, hasn't he, and dominated.
He's dominated when he's fought southpaw as well. I think he's perhaps naturally fights orthodox, and he thought he's bossing it to such an extent. That's the way he's gone.
He's starting to look for the bigger shots now, isn't he, Walsh? Just took the tight there, jumped in with the left hook.
More of the same, another Walsh round?
I think so. I think Fajaz landed some good shots in that round, but Walsh again, relatively outboxing for most of it. Oh, good round. Good right hand.
Lovely right hand, wasn't it? Classical. And a little bit more of the same. There you go. Thank you.
Takes it with ease, man, Klimov, to his credit. But since that knockdown, he hasn't looked hurt at all.
Knockdown was in the 6th round.
No, it's got boxing's purest best way you watch. Your movement, they know what good it is. It's when you start trying to make it for fans. The fans want to win a world title here. You're not here for fans to win, you're here to get to a world title. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay? Don't, hey, when he goes through it, don't pick up.
Thanks, Chris.
Round 10.
10th round, Liam Walsh is ahead by a mile. Is he going to be able to just box his way through now to the victory?
To hear his brother Michael in the corner, I think Liam was saying something like, is he hurt, think I go for the stoppage or something like that? And Michael, when you're not here for the fans, this is a world title eliminator. Just
well,
box.
That's good advice, isn't it?
Oh, fantastic. This is what it's all about. Fantastic advice.
Why on earth go and look and change what's been working so well? That's a quality right hand, though.
Obviously, Liam Walsh hasn't listened to him at all. But he's right. It's too important to mess to try and to close the show with a show reel finish. You just win. You're winning comfortably now. Don't make any mistakes.
That's a big right hand. He's going looking for him. I don't think he's listening to Michael. Walsh is really fancying his chances now. He's fancying chances big time of putting him away.
Whatever your corner tell you, though, when you're in the ring, you feel and see things that they can't. And if he feels that Klimov is really starting to wilt, he's too much of a good fighter to let him off the lead.
Well, he tested him with a couple of clubbing right hands there, didn't he? Klimov took them, and he's still there in front of him. He is Mr. Resilient.
But when that fatigue starts setting in, that resilience starts to wane. And I can't believe how easy it's been for Liam Walsh. I really can't. I thought he'd win. I thought he'd win quite impressively. But this has been I've got to be honest, it's been a bit of a walk in the park for him, John.
Well, he's surely had harder fights. It's a harder fight when he fought Paul Appleman than this, wasn't it? He's had tougher fights. He's boxed superbly. Credit where it's due.
And it's been a fight. It's been a show tonight, so for young fighters learning about hard fights. Well, look at the Appleby fight. He had life and death with that fight.
He's cut over the right eye. Sorry, Barry. Just a nick, I think. I don't think it's a bad one, but there's definitely blood there.
Well, right hand as well there.
That'll give Klimov a little bit of encouragement at this late stage.
Just look at his right hand there, Walsh.
His right hand might have gone, and he's also got a graze on his nose, I think, on the bridge of his nose.
Got Klimov with the right hand, and had a really good look at his right hand. I really hope there's no problem. Oh.
Well, that's a right hand. There's nothing wrong with that.
Unbelievable quality.
On southpaw now. Maybe he was looking disbelievingly at his glove. Perhaps there was a fleck of his own blood on it.
Brilliant.
Good display of boxing that was. He was outstanding in that round.
Just absolutely brilliant. That uppercut from nowhere was world class for me, a world title challenger in his next fight.
Well, nick on the nose, certainly. I'm not sure there is anything on the eyebrow. That's just a bit blood from the nose. It's the old Colin Jones area, but not quite so bad. Was there a headbutt which caused the cut?
Yeah, they just got in close there, clashing heads, but he boxed superb.
The uppercut was the punch of the round. That right uppercut was absolutely outstanding.
And Klimov in the corner now just looks demoralised. Look at him.
Well, skills-wise, he's well and truly had his pants taken down, hasn't he?
He has, like I said earlier, when you're always usually the best boxer, when you're a pure boxer, when that's your main asset, and you're being totally outboxed, what do?
All he can do now is somehow try and find a knockout. He's got to let that right hand go and hope that he can get lucky. Starting fast, Klimov. Wild sort of right hand from Walsh.
Body shot there as well from Liam Walsh. But I gotta say, he's still got gears left in him, Liam Walsh.
That's a good right hand from Klimov. And another. Second one, I think, was taken on the gloves, but the first one certainly got through, and another there.
And Walsh landing with that uppercut as well.
Walsh took them well, but that's the best that Klimov has thrown so far.
Well, he's not the biggest of punchers, and they're clean shots, but the strength as well has been depleted from him because of he's been under pressure since the first bell. He's trying in this round, though, isn't he? Klimov.
Begs the question, why didn't he do more of this earlier? I suppose the answer to that, because he wasn't allowed to. Maybe it's just the speed which has gone out of Walsh a little bit. Before I ask any more rhetorical questions and irritates everybody.
And a lovely left hook there from Liam Walsh.
Good shot.
But he's not programmed to do that, John, that's why. That's the answer to the question. He's programmed to be safe.
Blood around the hairline of Klimov.
He's trying to stand his ground a bit here now.
Well, it's now or never, isn't it? He's got to find a way. He's got to knock Walsh out. He must know that.
And you can't see that happening because everything against Walshford is just shrugged off with ease. To be fair, I don't know, except for that knockdown, Walsh hasn't really troubled him with the power. Oh, and when he made his legs go a little bit jerky as well, a couple of rounds after.
Klimov is having a better round here. Long last. Two quality jabs from Walsh.
Oh, lovely from Walsh there again. Nice little 1-2. Certainly been the busier, hasn't he, Klimov?
Yeah, I think he's probably winning the round so far. Not adding it to a whole lot more before. Might be a lone round on the scorecard if the judges agree with us.
Well, he's just got to be safe now, hasn't he, Walsh? That's all he got to be safe.
Yeah, he doesn't need to get silly, does he? He just needs to make sure he doesn't get himself knocked out. That's probably a Klimov round for me.
I think so. Well, maybe that clash of heads after Michael in the corner said, no, don't take any risks, and he did. Maybe that clash of heads just made him think, let's just coast home now.
Watch again some of the work in this 11th round.
A couple of good right hands, weren't they, from Klimov, consecutively. And
yeah, at last he found his range, didn't he? Maybe just the speed of reaction just going out of Walsh.
Some of the guys going to be throwing left hooks right here, left hooks.
It'll be quite a week for the Walsh brothers. First part of the equation is surely now just 3 minutes away from being set in place. Next week, twin brother Ryan's turn for the European title.
And he got a massive, for me, he's a massive favourite. I know he's away from home. I can't see how we lose that fight.
Fight which you're going to be able to see on Box Nation. Fast
Good
work.
lovely fast hands.
Good work. I'm sure Walsh would love to put on a real grandstand finish here.
And some of the guys who boxed earlier tonight should watch that little combination there, because he threw, dipped and moved. Didn't stand there to admire his work, didn't get caught with anything and come back.
Sanjeev Sahota for one. And others.
Yeah, I think a lot, you know.
He is one of the slickest movers in British boxing, isn't he?
He's a joy to watch. He's been a joy to watch tonight. He really has. For me. You know, this is the best opponent he's boxed, to be honest. You know, and this is the biggest fight of his life.
He's made a decent fighter look pretty pedestrian.
He just made it easy, and he's still got 2, 3, 4 years to go through. He hasn't been tested.
Pattern was set at an early stage. Walsh winning the early rounds with contemptuous ease. There's a nice right hand.
It's hurting.
Klimov wants to hold on a bit, but at the same time he knows that he's got to keep throwing to give himself any chance of turning this around. Oh, good shot, lovely left hand.
From nowhere, I don't even know what that punch was. He's enjoyed himself tonight. I bet you in the interview he'll say something very similar, that he had a good time here tonight. Really enjoyed himself.
He showed us what a quality boxer he is, if we didn't know already. Klimov just getting through with a couple of right hands in the closing seconds and a straight left. Oh, that's a better shot from Klimov. Walsh just getting a little bit ragged in these last few seconds.
He don't care, John. I think he's allowing him. I think he's felt the strength gone from Klimov. I don't think he's bothered now. I don't think it's a clever thing to do, but I think he's just looking to get a nice little flurry to close the show.
Maybe he's just trying to plant himself for one big shot of his own.
It's been a tremendous performance. It really has. Oh, good, lovely right hand from Klimov.
Klimov's had some success in that right hand, but a lot too little, a lot too late. Maybe he's even with those right hands done enough to win that last round, I don't know. No. Or maybe not enough. Possibly another Liam Walsh round. But what we do know is that it was an easy night for Liam Walsh. He has boxed quite superbly there. And it was an IBF title eliminator, and he's won it by a street.
He really has. He's boxed. He was punch perfect. The movement was tremendous. He was patient. He didn't take any silly risks. And for me, he had more to show. And that's the important part. He had more to show. And I think, you know, he gets that world title fight. Pedraz is a very good fighter. It's going to be a different ballgame altogether. But I think we might be looking here as a world champion in the making.
He's certainly served his time, Liam Walsh. Tonight's his 21st professional fight. It's a career which at times has been dogged by injury, but you can see by the happy smiles there. John Thaxton on the left-hand side of your picture. Brothers in front there. And Graham Everett, who's trained him throughout his career. They're all very, very happy about a night's work. Wonderfully well done.
Well, we knew he's won a fight. For us anyway, certainly for me, he's won a fight in a breeze. You know, he took a few shots. He took a few shots in 12 rounds. You digest that. It's not bad, is it?
Looks like he could do another 12, doesn't he?
I think, you know what, he could do another 3 or 4. I'd say that for nothing.
A happy crew down from Norfolk, the Cromer contingent. And they're looking towards us to see what we made of it. And we're saying back, we were pretty impressed. Barry waving his hands and saying, yeah, he was pretty good tonight. And in a moment or two, we will get the scores confirmed. Mark Burdis just making sure that he's reading them absolutely right, confirming with the supervisor. The fighters have been drawn together, but the tally's still going on. I think you could probably argue Klimov won the 11th. I don't think there's a huge amount more than that.
And to be honest, I think he only won while Liam Walsh allowed him to win. I do. I gotta be honest. I think he was. Listen, Klimov, you know, he's a tough guy. brave, but he was made to look very, very ordinary. He really was. He didn't do Crawford or Pedraza didn't do a better job. Put it that way.
Certainly didn't. And there is a world title now beckoning, and still we wait for Mark Burgess to be absolutely right and ready to give us the announcement, preparing his speech, checking the figures, and we'll be catching his eye in a moment. Yes, Jesse's noticed us. Right, now, here comes the result, and it is going to be confirmation of another terrific night for the Farmy Army.
After 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecard. We have a unanimous decision. Judge Dave Paris, 119-108. Judge Herbert Werner, 120-107. Judge Francis Jackson, 120-107. The winner, and a man who now has a date with IBF Destiny in the blue corner, from Cromer, Liam Walsh!
Two judges had it by a complete shutout, with the knockdown coming in the 6th round. Dave Paris, who was sitting right next to us, scored it the same as us. He gave just the 1 round to Klimov, but it was a job, Jim. Very, very well done. He won it by a mile.
Is he world class? Emphatically, yes. Jose Pedraza next for Liam Walsh. A stroll in the park, Barry Jones described it as. And look at him there. Does he look as though he's gone 12 rounds with a very, very classy opponent who'd only been beaten by the very best? Tremendous performance from Liam Walsh. We'll hear from him with Bunting in just a moment. But Steve Lillis, you've spent so much time with him. I mean, that performance takes your breath away, really.
It was a masterclass, Jim. It was almost close to flawless as you get, apart from getting caught by a few little right hands, which you're always going to do. His timing, his accuracy, everything was there tonight. There's nothing, you know, you could stay there all night, or sit there, stand there all night, praising the performance. The first round or two, I thought Klimov, like you said, it had a layoff and it was the shaking off the cobwebs, but he never allowed him to get in the fight at all. And, you know, maybe the 11th and 12th, he took a few unnecessary shots. By that time, he was streets ahead. You know, it was a masterclass. And, you know, obviously, Pedraza's a level up from Klimov. And you know what? There's nothing to suggest he can't move up another level and win the world title against Pedraza, who is very good. We've seen Pedraza hot and cold before. Against Edna Cherry, he wasn't so great. Against Stephen Smith, he really impressed. But it's a fight. Right now, I will back him to win.
And he gave us the full repertoire tonight. The jab worked absolutely perfectly. Switched hit a bit, didn't he? And Klimov never got in the fight. We heard he came with a big right hand, hardly threw it all night.
You know, he lost the early rounds. By the 6th round, he needed at the end of the 6th, he needed the knockout. He couldn't commit himself. His heart was taken away from him.
Let's go to Steve Bunce. The Walsh clan never travel alone. The whole troop are with you, Bunty.
They certainly are. Jose Pedraza beat Klimov, but he didn't beat him like that. It's as simple as that. Was that on your mind, Liam?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I obviously wanted to better previous losses of his, but I also wanted it to be a bit more entertaining. So on that note, I apologise that it weren't the fireworks, but you always, yeah, I'm being urged every time I come back to the corner to stick to a strict game plan, just outbox him. You know, it's a semi-final, we need to get this world title fight, so yeah, I'm happy, but you know me, I want to entertain, I want people to be happy, I want people to go home and say, when can I watch Liam again, you know?
It seemed to me that after about 4th or 5th round, you were looking to go, and this mob, get them, that mob there were going, calm down, slow down, you've got 12 rounds. Forget about that, just finish it. Is that about right, fellas? Is that about right?
I really give it to him. That he's a brilliant boxer move. We couldn't take any marks. We want to go to America. He's got to start being professional. 12-round show, that's what we got. And as for doing what the other two lad, he knocked him down. Terence Crawford couldn't do that. The champion couldn't do that. He done more than they done.
Simple, Bunty. The tactics were simple. Outboxing.
Yeah,
show your skill set. And his skill set, his feet and hands were much better.
So why are we all smiling? Why are the viewers smiling? Why is Francis smiling? Why is Frank smiling? And he's not smiling.
I'm happy. I can't. I'm not an. I want everyone to be. I want everyone to say, yeah, what a fight.
We are.
Yeah. Oh well.
Francis, I'm going to come straight to you. I'm not ignoring you, Grant. I'm going to come straight to you. Pedraza, what can we do? Can we get him here, or do we have to pack our bags?
Listen, first and foremost, that was a punch-perfect performance.
Masterclass.
Absolutely outstanding performance. You know, Liam should be absolutely over the moon with himself, and should be grateful that he's got such a great corner behind him. To, you know, making him box some instructions. And you know, you're very welcome. I'll give out that tenner later on. But you know, it was brilliant tonight, and you know, Klimov was no mug at all. You know, and Liam absolutely boxed his ears off. And you know, it's not a fight that it's a fight that the IBF has ordered as a final eliminator. And next up is Pedraza, and we will do everything we can to get that over here.
If we can get over here, down in Norwich Showground, something like Norfolk Showground. But Liam, would you travel? You're not bothered?
However, I'm in the position now. He has to. Yeah, I'll go anywhere. Yeah, it's a ring's a ring to me. I'll fight anywhere.
I'm not quite sure it's sunk in with you that you've just fought a guy that was ordered to fight you, who's gone the distance with a couple of good fighters. Crawford beat him, Pedraza beat him, but you've given him a boxing lesson, you've dropped him, you've had to have these lunatics pull you back for 7 rounds from stopping him. It was so obvious to me you could have stopped him in about round 6. I'm with you, son, forget this, Mob.
That's what I said at round 7. Round 8, I went to him, I'm going now, let's have a look at him now. And they went, no. I said, I'm going. But no, I got urged out of it. But...
Remember Appleby Walsh? Yeah. First live show on Box Nation. That was the 300th live show on Box Nation. And what a treat that was. And this journey's just getting started.
Right, and fellas, before I let you go, next week we're out in Denmark. Lots of fun. You're obviously going, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. I'll be opening the corner. It's
we'll all plumb into Box Nation and get it for the night and get behind him. We've got about 100 lads going over. If they get behind these lads, they're going to the top. They work hard for it. So get behind them on Box Nation. Next week, Ryan Walsh will be European champion.
Right, and a terrific plug there, Michael. Listen, Graham, easy fight, but after about 12 weeks of hard work, you're pleased. You haven't said a lot, but you can't get a word in, can you? But you seem happy.
That's how we roll. Yeah, no, I'm really happy.
Well, then, Manuel, he wants to talk. We speak Spanish.
Yeah. The thing is, you say Klimov was ready to go. He was ready to go against Crawford after 6 rounds. His nose was busted. The commentary said he'll go any time now. He's a lot tougher than what people realise. But to be honest with you, 12 rounds like that will do Liam the world of good. We'll put him in good stead at world level. That's what he needs to do, concentrate.
Well, I tell you what, I know one person who won't sleep tonight, and that's little Barry Jones. He loved every single second of it. Back to Jim and Stevie. What a triumphant, beautiful win.
Yeah, beautiful.